Hello everyone, welcome back to the Mound, Omen of Cthulhu. I'm gonna go ahead. This is a mid-contract. First episode I did at St. Jerome's Fall was a basic level. I'll do a mid here just to show you the difference. There may not be much of a difference because I plan to clear the map quickly, but either way, you'll kind of get an idea as to the difference in contract types. So Scarlet Flowerwoods is the next location, unlocked off of the fort book from the White Beach. So Scarlet Flowerwoods has a fort log book, as we can tell by the line. The little character in the description note that there's a lost survivor in the area. We may find him. He may run away before we can kill him. I'm not entirely crazy about the whole collecting everybody. All I really care for is the woodcarver. But yeah, let's go ahead and run the mid-level contract.
We need more hands on this ship. A saved man will be happy.
I'm gonna grab the axe. Yep, I'm gonna grab the axe. It's raining. I should take a torch, but I'm not going to. And this map, let me just think for a moment. I believe this map has a saint as well. So we're gonna go look for the saint and make sure we get that. So this start is very similar to the previous location. It's actually the same, except this door is now locked, as that leads to St. Jerome's Fall. We are going to be going right this time, and still, same thing. There's a human hide there. Sometimes, maybe not. The way you start off, take a right, cross this bridge, be careful, you can fall off of that. If you go left, there will be a chest and a relic spot or an idol spot. If you go right, you can go up to that cliffside. It will ultimately lead you to this area, but it allows you to loot some additional chests and potentially get another idol or two. So this area always has one or two zombies. Grab it. What's the other one? So we got Humal Hide over there by that log. There's sometimes armor, a chest or two. You can see the zombie kind of peeking his head out. Same thing on this side. There is usually one or two chests here. We can see here on the left-hand side, there's a long chest. On the right-hand side, there's a small one. I'm not sure that a relic ever spawns in this area, but you can also usually find armor here as well. The body armor slows you down, and it makes a lot of noise when you sprint, so I don't grab it. I just grab the helmet. Sometimes there's a relic right there as well on the right-hand side. You might see a bird here perched. You can attack and kill it if you've got the ranged weapons. Otherwise, you just follow this trail here. A relic and the chest to the side there. Sometimes an enemy spawns in that area as well. Running forward, we can already see there's a few monsters here. It's not very... Yeah, it's raining. It's not much different from what we saw at St. Jerome's Fall on the basic contract. So as you come to this opening off of that trail, you're going to go right, follow down the cliff, and enter this little region with the bamboo leaves. Move those out of the way, and you're going to run down. Relic spot, I believe, right there. Yep. Come down this way. You'll see that monstrous carving on the right-hand side across the water. You don't want to linger around it too long. As you get past, you're going to stick to the right. Stick to the right-hand side here. And if you need to, you can press the spacebar to knock down branches. It makes a lot less noise than if you snap them. There's a little relic idol there. Stick to the right-hand side, keep the cliffs to your right, and you're just going to hug the wall all the way. On the left-hand side, you may see an idol or two. That is a mirage. But when you get to the end of the trail, you see the drop-downs right here. You're going to turn right, climb this little ladder, and you got some relic spots. That's a mirage over there, so you don't have to go towards that table. And here is the first saint, Saint Sebastian. So you're going to pick that up, as it may become useful later to you, depending on whether or not you want to spend the money on it. Bottle of wine here, which is 300 tokens. Again, stick to the right and follow to the end of the cliff. Grab and loot as you need. When you get to this region, this is a dead end, as you can see. You're just going to wrap around and stick to the right just the same. And we're going to keep going again until we hit the end of this path. There's the survivor. So this is just a playable character. He's leaving with my sword in his gut. There's a bird there. Generally don't recommend throwing weapons at them, as you might lose them on the map. It's not worth losing something like a throwing axe, but I felt comfortable with it. As I said earlier, hug the right side, get to the end of the path. Once you get to the very end, you'll see the fort up above. There's like a broken ladder set on the left there. That's going to be our way down, as the truck will pull up to this region right here. If you continue down this path, you'll find some chests and relics, I believe, down there, or idols. Again, I'm sorry. I'm going to butcher that the entire way. You're going to follow down, away from the path that leads towards the dead end. You're going to stick to the right here. As we've done, there will be relics along the way, some mushrooms. Follow this to the very end, and then you can just drop this under this rock pass right here. You're going to go under it. Right hand side, there will be mushrooms and usually at least a chest piece for the armor. And you just keep going down, keep the rocks to your right, and eventually you'll come to this wooden stair set. You want to go up that and climb. Now you're going to be following left. So you're going to follow left on the trail, keep the rocks to your right, until you can wrap around and go up that side of the hill. So usually I just avoid combat altogether if I can, but when enemies aggro and they start chasing you, you can't outrun them. They'll catch up to you, and if they grab at your heels, there's the potential that they do damage. I'm not sure if they can make you bleed that way, but I'd rather just not risk it. But as you saw, got up through the hill, follow this left side until I see the opening. Little white tent's going to have the fort logbook. But if we follow down this way, past the crate, there's going to be another creature codex, and there's going to be a music tablet, which you need for the musician on the boat. I believe you need 2 tablets for him to learn the new song, or maybe one tablet. It seems like he only learns 1 additional song, no matter what you bring him. But I recommend getting both in the end. So you can grab the logbook, and as I said earlier, the broken stair set is how we're going to come down. You can just take those bit by bit, and at this point, if you're going for treasure, you can go down that way if you want to or not. You're pretty much done at this point. You've still got 4 hours to meander the map, find what you want, make sure you get your money, and head out. The cart is this way, as I don't see a return trail, so I'm going to follow along, just so I can deposit the fort logbook before I run out. I don't think I've ever seen the cart go this far down in any of my playthroughs. But drop the logbook on him, and again, I don't bother bringing him back alongside me because he just initiates aggro from a ton of enemies. Could never have enough axes. Horse is now restless, which means we'll definitely see increased activity. You can literally follow the chalk trail or the salt trail out at this point if you are just trying to get the important valuables. If you want that playable character, I believe his name's like Noel, you can look for him. I'm not sure if there is like a specific spawn location or hangout location for corrupted NPCs. I think there may be, but I generally don't care too much. I'm just gonna run out of here and keep the the big valuables, which is the fort logbook for the additional maps, the saint, so I can apply that buff once I get the wood carver, and then the music tablet just because it's a collectible and it provides you a new song eventually. Again, this is a mid contract, so as you can see on the way there it was very populated, but again on the way back, just like last time on the basic contract, it's very quiet, very dead. And if you look at the total on treasure, I've only got 280. Thanks to that fort logbook though, I'm gonna get all the experience and the base reward on tokens for this map. If you're new to the game, if you... oh god. That was an interesting set there. It looks like 3 enemies spawned. But yeah, if you're new to the game and you want to explore, you want to experience things, this guide can definitely help you get kind of the important things out of the way. And then you're free to return to the map as much as you want just to get the collectibles. You can farm some experience, get some gold that way. Once you follow your trail back to the boat,
are you ready to return?
Ready to leave. You don't even need the cart here. And you'll get all the experience and rewards you would normally get on the base contract.
The following journal entry was written by one of the sailors of the Commendador. It grieves me to say that his name is lost to history.
Let's see if you fulfilled your end of the agreement.
It is not easy to measure its worth.
What food did they bring?
Little more than mushrooms, it would seem.
What supplies did they bring?
Not much to look at.
What do you reckon these things are worth?
None. Perhaps they have become mendicants.
I see, they found a logbook. Good. We're getting closer.
So there it is, another location completed. Got the reward from it. This is the back end of the boat. For those wondering about the loop player and the music, this is the one you're looking for. He has a Quiet Reckoning by default. I believe if you collect both of the music notes, he will get another song that you can request he play for the crew. Other than that, look over here. We still got our jar of black ichor from the first run, and the saint will apply once the woodworker has been found. He'll be here. All of these spots are for saints that are recovered. I believe it may be bugged at the moment. Usually you have a small carving of the saint there. Before this recent patch, you could pay 100 gold and get a large carving of the saint, which you can see images of those saints right here. And once you had the large carving, after spending that 100 gold, it was your saint permanently. You could just walk right up to your wagon and place the saint there. Now I believe you have to pay per mission, and so it says that I don't have any saints. Of course, I don't have the wood carver currently, so there's nobody to carve the saints for me into usable figurines. But yeah, it's kind of it for this one. That was let me see, we did St. Jerome's Fall, and then we did the Scarlet Forest. We've got an advanced contract here. I'll probably run that next on the next map, just so you guys can see the difference in enemy spawns as you get higher, and kind of help you understand why I choose to stick with basic on all of these missions when it just comes to getting the basics. But yeah, if you learned something, I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you guys in the next one.